Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. I'm Daniel Berk, joined by Greg Hansen, and we are here in Anaheim, California, the morning of Arizona's Sweet 16 game against San Diego State. And Greg, we've talked and talked and talked about this matchup. We've written and written and written about this matchup in the Star, and there's so much good stuff. And you know, you have seen so many Arizona Sweet 16 games. You've seen blowouts. You've seen close games like last year against Ohio State. As we're at the morning of the game, do you have any feel for what type of game we're going to see tonight? Close, defensive, offensive, a blowout? What are you thinking?
I just think low scoring and a kind of a grind match. That's the way San Diego State plays. And if Arizona can get them to play a more up-tempo game, I'd be really surprised. I think it's going to be one of those that if your central nervous system is shot, it's going to go over the edge tonight. I think it'll be a real slow, tough, game that scares the wits out of you.
Now, Arizona's coming off one of their best games of the year last weekend at Gonzaga, or against Gonzaga and San Diego. You don't think we're going to see that type of game tonight where they're getting up and down the court like that, more of a grinded-out, slow-paced game?
I don't think so, just because San Diego State has better athletes, and Gonzaga, in retrospect, had no chance.
Yeah.
San Diego State has a good chance. I think if they played 5 times, Arizona would win 4. But I've been through so many of these Sweet 16s with Arizona, that 1 time out of 5 seems to roll up more often than you think.
I was talking to Bruce Pascoe about this yesterday, but these two teams met back in November in San Diego, and Arizona escaped that with the road win. Do they come in tonight with any extra confidence, knowing that they've already beaten this team once, or is that so far ago, and with Brandon Ashley, is that removed and doesn't have much of a factor?
That's a good question. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at all. I think San Diego State thinks of itself as a really good team on Arizona's level. And I think Arizona kind of thinks San Diego State's not on its level. That could play a factor tonight. If Arizona doesn't shoot well, and if San Diego State buries threes, they're going to win the game. Yeah. The 3 factor plays such a role in all of these games.
As we get to this point of the tournament, kind of just the intensity and the tenseness, just goes up. And for Sean Miller, he's 0-2 at Elite 8 games, 1 in Xavier and 1 in Arizona. And for what he's trying to build at Arizona and for his reputation as trying to become one of the nation's elite, how important of a weekend is this for him and for what he's trying to do?
I don't think you can stress it enough. You've got to break through and win it sometime.
Yeah.
If you're going to become an elite coach, you've got to get to the Final Four. You never know when you're going to get back to this spot. That's what's so intriguing about the whole tournament. If Arizona loses tonight or even Saturday night, they're still not there. And who knows when they'll get back. It's just with the one-and-done situation now, it may take Arizona. If they don't get there this year, who knows how long it's going to take.
We're talking to Greg Hansen. It's his weekly notebook brought to you by Domino's Pizza. And we're talking about Sean Miller a little bit. Have you seen any change in the way that he's leading this team as they get into the postseason? A lot of coaches tense up a little bit as they get to this point. Is he the same guy, or is he a little different at this point?
I don't see changes in him because he is so intense and so on point. He is just fixed. And, Lute Olson was a force. Sean Miller is a force in a different way. He just doesn't lighten up. And I think the team, I don't think he takes it too far, obviously, but he is just all in all the time.
And he's obviously the coach on the sideline, and if there's a coach on the court, it's probably Nick Johnson. You had a great column today about him and his dad, Joey Johnson, and kind of how he's just, leapt into Arizona fans' hearts. How have you seen that, progress over the last 3 years? And can you think of any other player that's kind of done that here recently, just become such a fan star?
Yeah. It's hard to say because Nick wasn't. I don't think when Nick came, people thought he was going to be an All-American. He's an All-American. First-team All-American. I don't think you can compare him with other people because no one else really came in and went from here to there like he has.
How important is he tonight, especially going up against Xavier Thames?
Oh, wow. He shoots 28% when Arizona loses. Wow. 48% when they win. If Nick's off, they're off.
All right. That's going to do it for this week's Greg Hansen Video Notebook brought to you by Domino's Pizza. For Greg Hansen, I'm Daniel Berk saying thanks for watching.
At Domino's, we're slowing down to make our handmade pan pizza the right way, taking our time to hand press the fresh dough into the pan, adding 2 layers of cheese, and slowing our ovens down to get the crust golden and crispy. So try a Domino's handmade pan pizza with 2 toppings for just $7.99.